Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in again to the Yvonne Show here at gqradio.com. Today's segment is going to be about health, and if you want to reach out to us during this show, you can email me, Yvonne at gqradio.com, or go to our Facebook page, gqradio.com, to ask questions on the live video so that we can answer these questions about breast cancer illnesses. Thanks for tuning in again today. And on my show we have Carla and we have Gabriella, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves to you.
Hello everybody from GQ Radio who are seeing us right now. It's a pleasure for me to be here talking a little bit about what breast implant illness is and the consequences that has brought to a lot of women, not only in the US but around the world.
Hi, thank you for having me, Yvonne, and I'm here to support this cause, and I'm talking about how people that are battling with this illness are detoxing their way out of it.
That's going to be a great conversation. So please do ask questions, especially if you or any loved ones are dealing with this type of thing. So, okay, I'm going to start with Carla, and we're just going to have a great conversation about it. So, you have breast implants done before, yes?
Correct.
So what got you in the first place to get these breast implants done? When did you get them done, and any information you want to give us on that?
Yeah, like every woman, when we get any type of plastic surgery, we want to be more beautiful, we want to improve something that we're not happy with. So in my case, I was pretty young, so I think I wasn't mature enough to make this type of decisions. So what first made me go into it was just like, oh yeah, I have no breasts, I have a cup A, so yeah, it would look great for me to have a cup B or C, or whatever looks better. So I would say it was more like a physical appearance thing that first made me go and decide to get the breast implants. This was like about 20 years ago, so I was pretty young back then, and that was the first reason why.
Okay, good. Thank you for letting us know. So what was your personal experience from year one all the way to the 20th year? What is your experience having these breast implants?
It's been an experience that it's been tough because I never knew breast implants could cause so many problems in our health, in our body. I replaced my implants during the 20-year sprint that I had them. I never had the same implant for 20 years. I replaced them twice. And the first time I replaced them was because the capsule had contracted, so I had to replace for a new pair. And then it was put behind the muscle because the first time they put it in front of the muscle. I don't know why, but the surgeon did that at this time. And during these years, my health was okay. I never felt sick like I was feeling at the end. So starting in 2010, I was 6 years about from the last time I put those last pair of breast implants. And then I started having a lot of weird symptoms that regular medicine couldn't tell me why. They were telling me it was just medical, it was allergies, it was, oh no, you catch a cold, it's okay, it's just a virus, it's just allergies, it's just all in your head, because they couldn't find the reason why I was having all these issues. I was having trouble sleeping, I was having trouble keeping myself awake during the day because I didn't have any energy. So then, it was like 10 years in which my illness started progressing until I realized something was really wrong, because I started having palpitations in my heart. I was super weak. I couldn't even tolerate a yoga class because I would go like in dead mode like for 3 days. Like I couldn't have energy to go back to a workout. And I had always been a healthy person, being able to work out every single day, to go to a person that couldn't even do a yoga class, like a soft yoga class. So that's when I started asking me all these questions, what can be causing all this? Because my blood work was coming normal, the basic blood work that the doctors would do was coming normal. My breast imaging studies were coming normal. My implants were intact. There was nothing leaking. So doctors would never have suggested me that my implants were causing this because they look perfect on the MRI and then the ultrasounds and then and the mammograms. So then at the beginning of this year, started looking for support. I went online and I found a group on Facebook which has over 70,000 women sharing kind of the same symptoms that I was having during these 10 years. So it opened my eyes. It was a blessing to find it because I realized there is a community of women who have been heavily affected by breast implant illness, which is the term used right now for any woman who has any type of symptom, and these people have breast implants. So the FDA has even made this term, accepted this term because they don't have other way to call it. It's just a lot of symptoms coming up, and they haven't been proven scientifically, right? Like this is coming from breast implants, but having such a large community of women having the same issues, it tells something. So
can I ask you one question?
Sure.
So you're saying that it's coming from the breast implant communities. Doctors have not been able to find what the actual specific maybe type of material that's causing this is?
Well, the interesting thing is that there are some doctors who have given opinions about it, about what can be happening and why some people get affected. And it's because the problem relies in the capsule that surrounds the breast implant. That our body creates a capsule that is going to be protecting the foreign body from the capsule, from the breast implant inside. So that capsule sticks to the implant and is in constant contact to the implant. So if you think about this, the implant is always touching a part of our body that is full of cells, of human cells. So the breast implants, it doesn't matter if it's silicone or if it's saline water. The breast implant on the outside, both of them have silicone plus 20 amount of chemical substances, including carcinogens, that are in that plastic bag. So that plastic bag is in constant contact with a capsule. The capsule starts like absorbing in microscopical way those toxins. That's why it's a process that sometimes can take years for a person to start feeling something. Or sometimes people start getting sick with a lot of allergies, a lot of colds, or simply they are diagnosed with thyroid, but they don't think it's coming or there's any relation with the breast implants.
So I have another question. There is no common denominator on a certain type of implant. For example, it could be an implant that you may have gotten in Mexico or in Colombia or here in the United States. It's all still causing the same symptoms.
Correct. Like the women that have developed the illnesses, some of them have different type. They have silicone, they have saline water, they have a German brand, they have an American brand, they have a Venezuelan brand, they have all type of brands, but there is one type of brand that has been proven, scientifically proven, and now the FDA has decided to take it out of the market in the USA because they have been linked to a type of lymphoma, cancer, non-Hodgkin's, from which about 20 women have died. Like from 400 women that got sick, 20 have died, and that has been directly related to this type of breast implant. So that has been banned, and you can go to the FDA website to check out more information about the exact type of breast implants from this company.
I know that you mentioned a lot of symptoms that you went through. Are there like top 5 that every single person is experiencing right now that have breast implants?
Yeah.
Or breast implant toxicity?
Mm-hmm. The top one is a chronic fatigue. Amazingly chronic that people can't describe it. Some people describe that they just pass away, sleep in the couch for hours because they can't get up. They can't, like, it's too much of fatigue, like it's unexplainable. Constant like infections in your like sinuses. They all develop candida, which is an organism that we all have in our intestines, but it tends to overgrowth because our immune system cannot control it and keep it down where it should be. Mold toxicity, a lot of people are diagnosed with fibromyalgia because everything hurts. The toxicity inside the body makes that everything hurts because the body is trying to somehow take all these toxins out of it. I'm not a doctor, but I'm talking about my personal experience and what I have experienced and what I have seen many women experiencing and sharing their information with me in my Instagram page. So from that, they talk about cold intolerance, exercise intolerance because they are so tired they cannot do it, thinning hair and nails. So like it's so many symptoms that you would think, oh, this could be thyroid. But then some of them have been studied their thyroid like me, and my thyroid was perfect. So I was like, well, why is this happening? Some people complain a lot of like irritations in the skin and acne. Also, a lot of weird coughings, asthma related, lack of air. I mean, it's bunch of things that they feel. Some people develop autoimmune disorders with all these. So when the time passes too much, there is so much our immune system can take.
From the time you first got your first set of breast implants to the time you got diagnosed, well, not necessarily diagnosed, but where you started noticing, hey, my breast implants are the full cause of everything I'm going through, how long did that take?
It took 20 years.
Okay. Wow.
And it took 20 years, it took 10 years from when I really started feeling something was wrong with my body until the day I decided, if this is my breast implants, I'm taking them out. They have already caused a lot of damage. So now I'm in the part on which you remove the breast implants, and this is something I want to let you know. There is nothing like some women get healed like this, they improve like this. Some other women have a lot of trouble because if you get candida, systemic candida, which is that it goes all over your body, or you get mold toxicity, or you get an autoimmune disorder, your body is going to need more time for healing. So it's not going to be from one day to the other. We see all these women sharing great experiences, which is awesome, like, oh, I took it out, next day I'm fine. But the reality is that so many other women are not fine because we have hurt our body over years. So we cannot expect the body to just come back to normal. It's like a car. The car starts getting old, things start getting damaged, and then the way we return the car to the previous stage, we have to change pretty much everything. And that's where a good plan after removing your breast implants is super important. Not only how you live, what you eat, but what you do to detox your body from the biotoxins that are inside you.
And so you talked about your healing process. So can you let me know, or let those know, what have you done, or what have the women who've been affected, how do they heal, and what are bumps on the road that are to be expected in the healing process?
Yeah, the healing process is it's been very difficult, especially for me and for many women who has mold toxicity and antibodies in the body going, like your immune system starts creating antibodies to viral infections that you probably had in the past, and you don't know why your immune system is being reactivated. So basically you have to understand that you need to be positive, like anything you go in life, because if your mind is not cooperating, it's going to be harder to get to feel better. But I changed the way I eat completely. I used to eat very healthy anyway, but I had to go into an anti-inflammatory diet so I can start helping my body to decrease the inflammation inside. I had to go to a functional medical doctor, not only one. I have like 3 doctors supporting me right now, and I have had to learn a lot myself to be able to discern what is right for me, because everybody's different. So your body or your situation might be so different from mine. So I always recommend, ladies, knowledge is power. If you study what you have, whatever the doctor tells you, you need to study it. So you need to know what the plan is going to be. But I have also done alternative medicine therapies, and one of the things that I have done that have worked great for me has been the ozone sauna therapies to help my body detox. And that's how I met Gabriela, which I'm fully blessed because that's something we need to do, especially when you cannot tolerate exercise. At this point, I cannot exercise still, so I need my body to sweat somehow those toxins. So I've been taking glutathione, which is a kind of like a supplement that helps your body take the toxins out. I did intravenous therapies with my doctors, supplements that support the detoxing process and supplements that support the killing of the bacteria and viruses inside your body. The problem with these is that when we start killing bacteria or fungus or candida inside our body, we have something that is called the Herxheimer effect, which is that if you have a level of biotoxicity that is here and your body start killing the bacteria who dies inside you is going to generate some toxicity, so your toxicity might come up, so we cannot go too fast because as we start killing that bacteria, we're going to start feeling worse. So we got to take it slow. So that's why it's not a process that we can just jump overnight and take a bunch of pills and let's kill it all, because it's bad for the body too. So we have to take it slowly.
Okay. And so, Gabriela, do you want to talk to us about ozone? Because it's part of her treatment, and that's what you do. You want to talk to us about that?
Yeah, I've been an advocate for ozone for many years now, simply because that's the way I got healed. It wasn't so much because I had breast implants, but I also had an autoimmune disease, which was Lyme. But I'm starting to notice a trend and a pattern with women with breast implants. A lot of them are coming in, a lot of them are stating that they had to get their breast implants removed simply because it was causing major issues like what Carla just explained. It is causing major issues, and because of that, the body does need to detox. And like how Carla mentioned, it's a slow process. Sometimes we know what to do, but we're not doing it. People come in, they expect to do 1 or 2 treatments and then just feel better. It's not going to work like that. For her, she mentioned it took 20 years to get to the level of, where she's at now. So it's going to take some time to detox, but it's definitely something that is highly recommended in that journey. One of the things that I wanted to ask you, Carla, what did you get tested for specifically? I know that many times they tested your thyroid and you were testing negative.
Yeah, that's everything normal.
But how did you start to see, or what kind of testing did your doctor start, and what kind of doctors did you go to? Let's start with that.
Yeah, I went to a doctor that she was half regular medicine, but she had some training in the shoemaker protocol. The shoemaker protocol was invented by the shoemaker doctor, and it was pretty much, it's about mold and toxicity and biotoxins. So she was trained on that. So when I went to see her and I told her I had breast implants and I've been feeling bad for 10 years, she's like, we're going to figure this out. So I was tested for IgGs for about 6 types of mold or fungals or fungus, whatever you want to say it, but it's known as mold toxicity. So they tested for 6 types of them. They tested for IgGs, and they tested for Epstein-Barr virus, IgGs. They tested for mycoplasmas, IgGs, and they also tested me for the MMP9 marker. The MMP9 marker will tell you the level of toxicity that is inside your body. So when we saw the results from these exams, it showed a high amount of antibodies being created by my body to fight whatever type of mold I had inside me, and also to the Epstein-Barr virus. And they test for the Epstein-Barr because the Epstein-Barr virus is normally very common in women with mold toxicity or in people that have mold toxicity. It's a problem because the immune system cannot keep down all the fungal and bacteria that we have. We have cells that are normal to be living inside us. It's normal, but when they come too much, that's not normal. The body cannot keep it down. Then the immune system is like concentrated on something, and in the back, all these viruses or things are coming into your body, and he cannot go and take care of everything at the same time. So that's the first time a doctor tested me for something that wasn't tested in the past, and that showed my immune system was not working correctly. So the doctor just said, I don't understand why you, at your age, I mean, you're not like 70 years old, you're having this type of problem with your immune system. They also do a test with a pseudo scan that is very well known by the functional medicine doctors, in which they test your neuropathy, and they check for that. And I also had a lot of neuropathy, and it's a marker for the immune system as well.
So, did you want to talk about ozone?
Yeah, I mean, the people that are interested in ozone, like I said, it's a cumulative therapy, it's a detoxing therapy. It's considered a type of oxygen with the third molecule. So what we're breathing right now is about, it is O2 oxygen. So ozone is O3. So that extra molecule is what causes hundreds of benefits to the body, hundreds of healing benefits. Another thing is that a lot of you ladies that are experiencing some of these symptoms that Carla keeps mentioning, I would highly, highly recommend getting tested, especially if you have breast implants, because like she said, a lot of these doctors are claiming that you have fibromyalgia or Lyme disease or any other autoimmune disease that may not be that, or maybe it has developed into that, but the cause are the breast implants.
Correct.
And so, when it's time for the breast removal, what is the proper procedure?
Yeah, this is very important, ladies. And I have received a lot of questions in my page. How should you remove your breast implants? First, you need to go with a doctor that believes in breast implant illness, because otherwise they would say you don't need to remove your breast implants, and they most probably take only the implant out and leave the capsule in. But the problem with this is that the capsule is the one that is making you sick. The capsule is the one that is absorbing all these toxins, and is the one that is in contact with the body. So if the capsule is left inside, you're going to keep on having all these symptoms, you're going to keep on being sick, and you won't be able to heal whenever the body decides that it's time to heal. So the procedure is known as en-bloc total capsuloctomy. So what it means is that the doctor goes, opens up your breast, and the breast implant has to come inside the capsule. It has to be like the blood, right? Like there is a capsule, the color is red, so that red bag has to come out completely, like 100% out of your body. And then outside, once it's outside, the doctor will cut the capsule to take the breast implant out. So in that way, you prevent contamination of tissue inside. And you also need to make sure that all these capsule, any piece remaining part of the capsule, the doctor has to remove it. Even if it's attached to your rib, you have to be scrubbed, you need to scratch, they need to clean everything very well so nothing is left over in there.
Wow. And that can be totally invasive and traumatizing. So how do women stay positive in this moment?
I think that the only way we can stay positive is having faith and knowing that there is a God that has brought you to a place of knowledge about your health, about what's going on, and giving thanks to God and being thankful. That's how we can stay positive, because there is nothing worse than not having your health to be able to have your normal life. And when it comes to the point that you already know, or you have that gut feeling that is telling you you need to remove your breast implants, you have to keep being positive and think about those who love you, who need you, who want you being healed, safe, who want you being fine, smiling. You don't even recognize yourself when you are sick. So to me, it has been a lot of faith, keeping strong in my faith.
We got a Facebook message saying, thank you for the very important information. So people are out there listening and they're really enjoying this. And, you can always ask us questions on our Facebook Live. Go to GQ Radio on Facebook. to continue asking us questions. They're here to answer your questions and to help you out. So family support is really important. How are you advocating, besides like this, but other methods of advocating for women?
I have a Facebook page, which is Breast Implant Illness, Latina, Wellness, and Healing. And also have a Instagram page, which is Breast Implants Illness Latina, which we are going live right now. And the way I do it is that we have live every Thursday, or we try to have it every Thursday. We try to talk to people who have had breast implants and have gone through these, or we talk to experts and doctors who know about a certain topic that might be helpful. And I also try to go into society, tell what my experience was, and get to know great people like Gabriela. And we have, for example, created like a coupon discount code to help these women who have breast implants or who have removed their breast implant here in Houston and want to go get their ozone sauna therapy, which I highly recommend it. Of course, first get it clear for your doctor to say that you're able to do this, and try to create alliances so these women can have access to better pricing, because let's be honest, this is already expensive for us. The insurance doesn't cover anything related to plastic surgery, even if it's because you're sick right now. So the costs are high. So we understand this, so I'm trying to advocate for them, to create something to help them, and to also be there for them. I'm always 100% available on my pages. I have a lot of women coming to me asking me, what should I do? I live in Mexico, I cannot find a doctor, or I have all these symptoms, what do you think? Some people have come to me telling me, I just have my breast implant removed and the doctor left the capsule in. So I'm here to support you guys, to help you the way we can, and creating alliances like we just did with Activate Ozone Therapy. That's the way I can give back to the community.
Absolutely. Gabriela, do you know maybe the coupon code or where they can find it for this?
Yes, so we're supporting Carla with the coupon code Carla20, which is KARLA 20. That gives you 20% off for the next 30 days up to September 1st. And the website is www.activateozone.com. That's for anybody that's in the Houston area. If you're not in the Houston area, I highly recommend looking for other doctors in other parts of the country or in other countries that provide ozone therapy. And of course, get the clearance from your doctor first. It's very important that you do that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Any last comments that you would like to make to the audiences?
Well, I'm very blessed and thankful to have met you both, because what has been very difficult for every single person who has suffered or is suffering from breast implant illness is to get people to listen to us and to believe us. Nobody believes us, and all of us have the same story. Going to the doctors, and they just tell us, you're just crazy. You're making all these symptoms up. And ladies, it doesn't matter what they tell you. You need to believe in yourself. Because the first thing we need to do in life is believe in ourselves. And if we don't have that trust, the self-trust and confidence, we won't be able to fight back. And I think keep positive, keep the faith in God, and advocate, tell your story. That's something that is going to help more people than you can think of. When I first started, I never thought I was going to help so many people. And since I'm bilingual, I'm originally from Venezuela. I have done a lot of things in Spanish which have helped so many women that doesn't have the access to the English language or the understanding, and to me that has been very, very fulfilling. So I'm really thankful to be here. I'm really thankful for you all that are connecting, all the ones that are live and the ones who will watch our live video. I'm really thankful. Thank you so much for your support, and spread the word, because you never know how many women you can help.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your bravery for coming on your show and sharing your personal story. And Gabriela, thank you for opening up a facility where women can go to and get some detox healing from that. And so, and I can just do my part in sharing the word through my radio show, the Yvonne Show, YVONNE, the Yvonne Show. So here at gqradio.com.